Thanks for listening to this episode of Screen Facts with Jason Davis, your movie trivia and discussion podcast. Please like the Facebook page and leave your comments or questions at facebook.com/screenfacts. You can also tweet me at Jason Davis Voice or email screenfacts@yahoo.com. Please rate, comment, and subscribe on iTunes to automatically get new episodes every Wednesday. Joining me again on the podcast this week is my pal, Erik Reitz.
Hi, Jason.
Welcome back, sir. Great to have you in again. The last one we did was Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes, very excited.
That's like a month, over a month ago, right?
Yeah, it's been a month.
So we're going to talk about another great comedy today. One of the greatest movies from Mel Brooks.
Definitely.
History of the World, Part 1.
1.
Yes.
Not 2.
No. There actually never was a Part 2.
I don't know if he ever actually planned to do a Part 2.
I don't
read
think
an interview where he said he was planning to, but the first one didn't do that well financially.
Okay. So History of the World Part 1 originally released June 12th, 1981. Written and directed by Mel Brooks. Mel was also the film's producer as well as a composer and lyrics writer for the songs Jews in Space and The Inquisition. And I have to laugh as I'm saying those titles just because, if you've seen the movie, you know what it's all about.
Oh, my gosh.
He also, of course, sings The Inquisition in the movie. Mel plays 5 roles in this movie. Moses, Comicus, Torquemada, Jacques, and King Louis VI.
And the Piss Boy.
Well, I think Jacques is the piss boy.
Oh, Jacques is the piss boy? All right.
And it's the most parts that he ever played in a movie. Aside from Mel Brooks, Gregory Hines, Dom DeLuise, Madeline Kahn, Ron Carey, Harvey Korman, and Cloris Leachman are the stars of the movie.
And Pamela Stevenson.
What else was she in?
How can you forget about Pamela Stevenson?
Well, I can't forget about her. I mean, but...
She's awesome. She's so great.
Hubba,
First
hubba.
of all, she's beautiful.
Well, yeah.
But she's also, she was very funny. Well, I found out she's from Australia, and she was in theater.
Okay.
And then I'm not sure how she came over, whether she came to the UK first or America. But after this, in 1984, she was on Saturday Night Live for a season.
Okay.
And the only time that I remember her at all, she was doing the news. They didn't use her much, which is really sad because you can see by the movie.
Yeah.
She was funny. She was brilliant. She's also very, very smart. She's actually a doctor of psychotherapy.
Oh, how cool.
So Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
she was on the news and she was talking about her breast because, she's pretty well endowed. And she just said, I have to address my breast because I know men look at it. And as she's talking, they start moving.
Oh, no.
It was great. So it just makes you realize, yeah, we're guys.
Yeah, that's all we care about is boobs. Give us boobs and we're happy. We're very simple.
That's, yeah.
The boobage.
Yeah. Anyway, so Pamela Stevenson, you can't forget her.
I think that every time you and I record a podcast together, at some point during the podcast, you have to get the word boobage into the podcast.
Yeah, and you know what? I think we're going to end up talking about penises also. And we'll be batting 1,000.
Well, you gotta have play both sides, right?
We're going to have to choose a different movie maybe next time.
So this movie was actually the screen debut of Gregory Hines as well. He replaced Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was supposed to play Josephus.
You're kidding.
No, actually.
But Richard Pryor can't tap dance, so what was that scene going to be like?
I'm thinking that they probably wrote that scene into the movie to exploit the skills of Gregory Hines. But Richard Pryor was supposed to play Josephus. He was also supposed to be in Blazing Saddles originally, but he had to be replaced in this movie because I think about 8 days before they started filming is when he had the accident where he was freebasing and he set himself on fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. George Carlin had a great bit about that, too, because they both had heart attacks, too. It was like in the comedian's heart attack sweepstakes, I'm leading Richard Pryor 3 heart attacks to 2. See, Richard had a heart attack, then I had a heart attack, then Richard had a heart attack, then I had a heart attack. Then Richard set himself on fire. I said, fuck that. I'm having another heart attack. Great. So I love George Carlin.
Great. Yeah.
So there's some other cool cameos in the movie, too. Hugh Hefner has the great cameo where he's smoking his pipe and he's talking about, I invented this new thing. It's called the centerfold.
We're very excited. Well, and there was a bunch of Playboy bunnies in the movie, and as the Vestal Virgins and that whole thing.
Which is very funny. And that's something that if you're not paying attention to the credits, you don't realize. And that makes that kind of a little joke that you don't even realize is happening when you're watching the movie.
Right.
Good stuff.
But I love that the whole that whole scene that they pan over to the banner.
Yeah.
And it says first served, first come. Like, oh my God.
There's so many things that happen that it's real easy to miss things because it's like boom, 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 kind of like Airplane. There was a joke that I've seen this movie, I don't know how many times, but the scene where they're at the Last Supper.
Right.
And when they show the picture of all of the disciples on the same side of the table, you know, like it's captured, you know.
Yeah.
And I never noticed this before. There are nameplates in front of Jesus and all the disciples.
Are there?
Yeah.
I didn't
totally never noticed that before.
Oh my God.
Which is awesome.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that scene because when Comicus, walks in and he's been told by the boss, you got to push the mulled wine and blah, blah.
Right.
And here they are. They're talking Jesus. This is his Last Supper. And then he comes in and he's like, all right, so is everybody getting soup? I'm like, please, this could be our Last Supper. And then Jesus says that, somebody here will betray me. And it gets real quiet. And then Comicus says, Judas, try the mulled wine. It's really good. It's like,
what? John Hurt plays Jesus.
Okay.
And he's a great actor. He's done all kinds of things. But one of the things that he's
Jesus.
probably... Yes?
Jesus.
Yes?
What?
He's done a lot of serious stuff, John Hurt, in his career. The two things that probably most people know him from, Alien. He's the guy that has the alien come out of his stomach. And he actually reprises that role in Spaceballs.
Yep.
Same thing. But also, he played the Elephant Man. He was the title character.
Did he really?
And I didn't realize this, but Mel Brooks produced the Elephant Man. John Hurt wanted to be in this movie because he just come off of the Elephant Man and a lot of other serious stuff, and he wanted to have some fun, doing something funny. So that's how he ended up.
But can you imagine those? Like, I want to do something funny. Yeah. Oh, play Jesus. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. Play Jesus in a comical way.
Oh, man.
Barry Levinson, Mel Brooks' co-writer on Silent Movie and High Anxiety, also has a cameo. He plays a column salesman in the Roman Empire segment. He actually went on to be an acclaimed director. He won a Best Director Oscar for Rain Man.
Oh, wow.
And also directed Diner, The Natural, Good Morning Vietnam, and Bugsy, among other things. So he's had his great career as a director, Barry Levinson.
Very accomplished.
B. Arthur, Jackie Mason, Henny Youngman, Sid Caesar, and Paul Mazursky all have cameos as well.
Sid Caesar was 59 or 60 years old when this was made. How good did he look?
Right, he's like
topless.
Buff.
He was topless. All right, I guess I shouldn't say topless. He looked great. He looked fantastic. And I thought with that whole caveman, how they said he's the artist.
Right.
And
artist.
Orson Welles, here's Orson Welles narrating
Welles.
this. And so you've got the birth of the artist, followed by the afterbirth.
The inevitable afterbirth.
The critic. And it's great. Obviously, that shows what Mel thinks about critics.
Right.
It's like they're an afterbirth.
Just peas on the art. Estimated budget of $11 million, domestic gross of $31.6 million. So not a big moneymaker. I don't remember this movie being in the theaters. I mean, obviously it was.
Right.
But I didn't see it in the theaters when I saw it for the first time. I saw it on HBO the first time.
Okay. Well, again, I'm a little older than you.
Right.
So I was 16. A couple of my friends, we went to go see it. Mel Brooks didn't really know much about him because the only thing to that point I remember seeing as much younger, I saw Young Frankenstein. Really didn't quite catch it as like a 10-year-old.
Right, that's the thing. A lot of these jokes in these movies, if you saw them when you were really young, you didn't get some of them.
So now with this one, just the opening scene with the whole 2001 Space Odyssey theme.
Right.
And they're all beating their chests.
Our forefathers.
Our forefathers, they move their hands down, they start beating themselves somewhere else.
They were masturbating is what he's beating around the bush about.
And we were laughing so hard. I fell out of my chair.
I saw this movie, I guess, I'm assuming that it was maybe on HBO a year after it came out, so figure 1982. So yeah, I'm like 13 years old.
Right. So a lot of it you're not catching. And the thing too is I love Mel's style because I think it kind of captures a little leftover of vaudeville.
Oh, totally.
Totally.
That's where he comes from.
Was he in vaudeville or I know he wrote for Sid Caesar on your shows and I think he did write in some vaudeville.
He might have gotten his
I don't know
start.
if he performed.
He's going to be 90 this year, by the way, Mel Brooks.
So he's probably old enough that he would have.
Yeah, he's going to be 90 in June. I looked it up.
Wow.
which is amazing. He's still plugging away. I mean, he's talking about doing a sequel to Spaceballs, if you can believe that. The search for more money. They're going to call it.
Search for more money. Good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he puts it all out there.
Yeah.
His whole slapstick thing. And when you talked about Spaceballs, did you bring up the fact that Mel Brooks is an EGOT?
I don't know if I knew that at that point.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
For the uninitiated, EGOT means that he's won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. So he's won an award for every part of entertainment you can, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what he won
the Grammy
for.
I think it was for a comedy album or something on a comedy album.
All right.
Maybe the 2,000-Year-Old Man bit or something.
I think you're right. I think that's
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But yeah, and then of course the Tony is for the producers on Broadway.
Right.
The Emmy was for guest appearances as Uncle Phil on Mad About You. And the Oscar, I think, was for the script for the producers as well.
What about Mary Margaret Humes?
She plays Vestal Virgin Miriam in the Roman Empire segment in the movie. Yeah, she was a former Miss Florida and third runner-up to Miss USA in 1975. Burt Reynolds, he just turned 80. Can you believe that?
Are you kidding, really?
Yeah, the Bandit is 80 years old.
And the Bandit.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy cow.
But Burt Reynolds encouraged her to move to Hollywood. And she was discovered by advertising her photo, name, and phone number on a billboard visible from the 20th Century Fox Studios lot.
Holy cow.
Mel Brooks saw the billboard, and he called and asked her to read for the movie, and there you have it.
Imagine how many phone calls she must have gotten. Oh, my God, because she's beautiful.
Yeah.
And she's just like putting her phone number up there.
That's ballsy, though. That's awesome. Unless it wasn't her personal phone number. Maybe it was like her agent's phone number or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but a steady career, too. She's continues to work, I think, to this day in TV and movies and stuff. Where do we want to start in terms of like talking about the different segments of the movie?
Gosh, maybe if we kind of try to just go through the movie chronologically.
Okay.
So we got the opening masturbation scene.
Right. Which we talked about.
The large monkeys, and then we start getting into
the cavemen.
I thought it's really funny how he created sound.
Oh, the music when he drops the boulder on his foot.
The boulder on his foot, and then he has them doing. Then they're doing the with the mouth over the hood. It's like, exactly. What was his name? Like Ugg?
Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah, something
Ugg
crazy.
liked what he heard. So then he lines them all up, and they're doing the Alleluia chorus.
It's great.
So you got people like smashing rocks on their feet, and then for the bass line, the guy who was the critic is getting hit in their groin with a rock. That was great.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
The Old Testament, Moses with, I give you these 15. 10 commandments.
Oi, for all to listen. Moses, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. The dead could hear you.
What? Nothing, Lord. Nothing. And I love how Mel does it.
Right.
Because he picks on everybody,
True.
I mean, I really liked, we're jumping ahead into like the Spanish Inquisition.
That's okay.
He's not afraid, he's poking everything. Any hypocrisy,
Mm-hmm.
the Roman Catholic Church doing that whole thing in the Auto de Fe, it was horrible. It was atrocious. And
we're doing a musical number.
The Inquisition, let's begin. The Inquisition, look out, sin. We're on a mission to convert the Jews. Jew.
What's great about that is that, that probably was sort of foreshadowing. Who would have thought that The Producers would be a musical on Broadway that was such a huge success? But Mel had an ear.
His lyrics are brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you read the lyrics. He's got It's Good to Be the King rap.
Yeah, that's on YouTube. Thank you for turning me on to that,
Holy
by the way.
crap. I mean,
how funny
the writing.
Is that? Who knew Mel could rap, too? Is there anything he can't do?
He can do it all. He's EGOT.
Good point.
See?
Good point.
He could do it all.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Kanye, you fucking prick.
Yeah. Kanye who?
Exactly.
I don't know. And then Takamani's got the
mallets,
and he's banging on their knees.
It's great. The whole scene is fantastic. It's so funny.
But he's showing the atrocity. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. You're seeing people in the rack. He friggin' closes the Iron Maiden on a guy, and we hear him scream. And then, but during the scream, Takamani's just like, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
the juxtaposition is great.
Yeah,
the thing with all of Mel Brooks' movies, I don't know if you could get these movies made now. It's everybody's so uptight nowadays. Yeah, there are movies that come out that are really crude, seemingly for the sake of being crude and dirty.
Right. Yeah.
But this is a different kind of stuff that could potentially offend people.
Well, I think he's throwing it out there because this is real stuff.
Right.
And he's throwing it out there. It's like, hey, man, this is what happened in the real world. And we need to deal with it, and he deals with it that way,
Right.
and makes it for the rest of us to see because, you can't forget history because then you're destined to repeat.
Right. And, listen, look around you in the world we live in today. And I don't want to get
Right.
too heavy
How
here.
much better is it?
Yeah, I don't want to get too heavy because we're talking about a Mel Brooks movie. But, watch the news and everything that's going on with the presidential candidates and building walls and...
Right. So the first time we see Madeline Kahn.
Oh, my
Let's
God.
talk about her because
She's genius.
She's
Genius.
just wonderful and everything. So the first time Mel saves the horse and then he hits the guy and this other guy's about to hit Mel and Josephus hits him on the head. You hear him. He goes, whack. Yes. He says it as he hits the guy. And he gets down
I noticed
there,
that too, actually.
And they introduce each other. And then you hear one of the Roman soldiers say, seize them. And he says, seize this, honkus. You're like, no,
honkus.
you don't talk like that to the cops.
Right. And that's the funny thing when I'm watching this. I'm going, my God, there's so many things in this movie from 1981 that can relate to what's going on today. That, for example.
Race relations with the police and everything. Oh, how.
Exactly. And then the Inquisition, of course, people being persecuted for their religious beliefs.
Yeah, hello.
Yep.
It's not like that's not happening now. So
Politics.
It's like, all right. Well,
Dom DeLuise.
I was about to say Dom DeLuise, but we got to talk.
All right, Madeline Kahn.
So Madeline Kahn. So the first thing they put her down, and she's like, "Can you step on the same foot at the same time? My tits are falling off." And she's got the bubble gum. She's chewing bubble gum.
She is fantastic. Fantastic.
And then the little exchange where Miriam's trying to save the slaves. And Madeline Kahn's like, "Oh, Bob!" Bob, because, all Spartans and Roman soldiers were named Bob. "Do I have any openings this man might fit?" And the crowd's like, "Ooh." Then Josephus like, "I got a corkscrew." Ooh, hey, this is a hip crowd.
A giant joint.
Oh, yeah. Wackus Wheatus. Roman red. So, I love that.
I love how Comicus is a stand-up philosopher.
I coalesce the vapors of human experience into a viable and logical comprehension.
Oh, a bullshit artist.
It's like, it's Maud.
By the way,
ahead.
I got a quick fact about Ron Carey's character, Swiftus Lazarus. Was actually a spoof on the name of a very powerful Hollywood agent from back in the day, Swifty Lazar. I wasn't
Really?
aware of that. Yeah, Lazar, during his heyday, he represented Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, Truman Capote, Cher, Joan Collins, Cary Grant, Ernest Hemingway, Gene Kelly, Madonna, Walter Matthau, President Nixon, and a whole bunch of other people, too.
Nixon and Madonna.
Go figure, right? But he died in 1994, but he was one of the first giant Hollywood agents, this guy, Swifty Lazar. John Cleese turned down the role of Count de Monet.
You mean count the money?
De Monet.
De Monet.
De Monet.
De Monet. Yeah, no, Harvey Korman, he was great.
Oh, he's terrific.
He was great.
Yeah.
Like, don't be saucy with me, Bernays. It's like, oh, piss boy. Oui, oui, monsieur. Oh, yes, and a lot. Wait for the shake.
You look like the piss boy.
And you look like a bucket of shit. Yeah, that was another favorite thing in high school.
Oh yeah,
Calling each other buckets of shit.
And the chess game. Knight jumps
man.
queen, bishop
Jumps queen. Pawns jump queen.
Gang bang.
Gang bang. Yeah, that's probably a scene you couldn't do nowadays.
Oh no.
Because I don't know why times were different somehow, but it wasn't being taken seriously.
I don't know when the tide shifted, where all of a sudden, when things are obviously done in a comedic way, became offensive to people.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I mean, it was just a pile of a bunch of guys dry humping each other.
Right.
Okay, so the French Resistance, it starts off with Cloris Leachman.
That horrible thing growing on her
Oh
face.
my gosh, it was nasty. She said, "Look what we've become. Beggars begging from beggars. We don't even have enough money to have our own language." The guy gets up, "We just have this stupid accent." Death to King Louis.
And that reminds me, the guy who plays Pamela Stevenson's father, that guy totally reminded me of something from Monty Python.
I know. It does feel familiar.
When he's trying to set the birds free, he's like, free, and he's dropping them. So good.
It's good to be the king. I mean, that was probably the biggest quote we took away as kids from that. Anything is like, hey, I got an A on the test. Good to be the king.
And you know what's funny, too, is I don't really remember a lot of movies where they had an actor breaking the fourth wall, where they looked right into the camera and talked to the audience like that.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it might have been done before this. Mm-hmm. I love that. And just the way he says it, it's good to be the king.
Good to be the king. And I think he says it either 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and he sounds like he's from Brooklyn when he says it.
Yeah,
which is great.
right.
Which I think he is, Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
But it's great. And so many quick sight gags, like when they're trying to escape in the chariot and they come to the river.
Oh, yes.
And Moses parts the water.
Raises his arms. And the water parts.
Which they did, by the way, at the attraction at Universal Studios.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is funny, considering that this wasn't a Universal movie. But it turns out he's being held up by a guy.
He's like, yeah, bastard.
Yeah, bastards. You can't even live. Whatever he says.
Take it, old man, you bastard. Bug an old man when he's down. Oh, my gosh. All right.
We started to talk about Dom DeLuise. We are going all over the place, Eric. This is so funny.
It was so disturbing when he shows up and he's walking with Empress Nympho. And he walks up and there's the guy
scepter.
with the scepter.
Yeah.
And, he tickles him with his little...
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. And then he's like looking at people and licking his lips. And
he's very creepy.
Oh, my gosh. That was so very nasty. Watch this. That's one of my favorites when he's like...
When he pulls the jewelry out of his ass.
And then later he pulls out the chicken. Or watch this.
Dom DeLuise was great.
Oh, my gosh.
So good.
Oh. Well, then the test.
The eunuchs.
The eunuchs
I was just going to say the eunuchs.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I think that was the scene that set us up. The Roman soldiers, they all come running in. And, Madeline Kahn's like, virgins, put on your no entry signs. And they put the little bud with the slash across their front, their lady parts. We're about to encounter guys. And one of the soldiers is whispering, and he says, speak up, mucus. He's like, isn't it true when the eunuchs are
castrated,
they become huge? Yeah. She's like, you have to give him time. He has just been snipped. And then they do the test. And, of course,
the belly dancer.
That's when all the guys get quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
boobs.
We might see something.
We might see boobs.
Might see some boobage.
And I love when she comes out and Gregory Hines has that gigantic tongue that comes out of his mouth.
Giant tongue. The guy rolls out. He's a eunuch. And she dances around the other guy.
He's a eunuch.
Dances for the third guy. He's dead. And Gregory Hines is like, the comic is saying, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. She does her thing. And then the feather goes up.
The jig is up. And gone.
While we're still with the virgins, she's going to go to the evening orgy.
Right.
So she has to pick her escorts.
No,
yes.
Madeline Kahn. You can't say enough great things about Madeline Kahn.
No. Oh, and then they do the double time harch.
Yeah.
And they're like watching them bounce. And of course, it got me thinking, thank God.
You don't see their junk.
Film, right.
Yeah.
Because
we
talked about this before. And
nobody wants to see penises.
Who wants to see penises bouncing around?
No.
It's like there's this comedian, Joe Coy, I think. And he does this routine where he says, women are beautiful and the vagina is just this beautiful thing. Like when the panties come down, the vagina's just there saying, ooh, hello. But when a guy's underwear comes down, the penis just plops out like a drunk friend falling out of your car. It's like, that's right. Who wants to see a whole bunch of these drunk heads bouncing around?
Yeah, no thank you.
No.
Let's talk about the great false ending to the movie. The screen fades to black, and then you hear Mel's voice.
Wait, where are you going?
History of the World, Part 2.
C.
A Viking Funeral. which actually used footage from a real movie. It used the 1958 film The Vikings.
Makes sense.
And, they take off the helmets and the horns
and
are
the horns are on their heads.
And that's actually another anti-Jewish joke.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, people used to believe that Jewish people had horns. That was a thing.
Really?
Believe it or not. There are some fucking stupid people in the world.
Horrible, man. And then see Hitler on ice. You got Hitler
doing his little routine. Which is even funnier now after you hear about Hitler's micro-schween. Did you hear about that on the news? That was like a big thing this week.
I heard he only had one ball.
Yeah,
and
then
they
said he had a microphallus too, a micropenis.
Did he really?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. No wonder he was so pissed.
So he was trying to, so he was really overcompensating.
Big time. And then the final thing, of course, is C, Jews in
space.
Which uses the same theme music that I think he recycled for Robin Hood Men in Tights as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it sounded familiar.
Yeah.
I couldn't picture it.
But that Tommy was hysterical. My stepson, I'm saying that for the listeners. 14. He was falling off the couch laughing at that. He couldn't catch his breath. The imagery, the visual of the spaceship shaped like stars of David.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
Well, and I'm wondering, because at one point when they're flying overhead, it's very much like, the first Star Wars with the giant thing. And I was just wondering if maybe, even just seeing that, maybe made him think about, I should do an outer space movie.
I think it actually did inspire Spaceballs.
Yeah.
I read that.
Okay.
So,
I can totally see it.
Yeah. Certainly the timing is right for a Spaceballs sequel with the success of the most recent Star Wars film. So we'll see if Mel comes through with that.
Yeah.
I think we're good to go here.
I've laughed too hard, my throat hurts. I don't know how radio people do this.
Isn't that the greatest
hours.
though? When you laugh that much that you do get a sore throat and you start coughing and stuff.
Yeah, I just hope anybody who listens to this appreciate how.
Yeah, I mean, listen. How often are we at a party or any kind of social gathering where we're hanging out with friends or family? We start talking about a movie that we enjoy mutually. And you start, like what we're doing here, you start talking about all the funny scenes, and then you're just laughing, and it makes you want to watch the movie again.
Right.
That's what the podcast is all about.
And plus getting the little extra tidbits of knowledge.
Well, there you have it. And by the way, we would love to hear your feedback. If you don't think we're doing a good job with this, or if you think we're doing a great job with this and you really enjoy it, let us know. Because that's why we do it, because we love to hear from you, the listener, with what you think of how we're doing this podcast. So like I said before, you can email me, screenfacts@yahoo.com. If you prefer Twitter, @JasonDavisVoice. There's a Facebook page for the podcast. Just go to facebook.com/screenfacts and leave your comments there too. Let us know what you think.
Teach us something.
Yeah. Eric, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Pleasure,
it's always,
I can't wait.
It's always great seeing you, and this is an excuse to get together. So I'm happy.
This is a great excuse.
And it gives you a chance to revisit these great movies, too, that maybe you haven't thought about in a while, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, and thanks to our announcer, Kim. And if you want to check out more from Kim, go to kymsvoice.com. And also thanks to wickedradionetwork.com.
Screen Facts with Jason Davis is a production of Jason Davis VoiceOver. Visit jasondavisvoice.com if you need a voice for a commercial, narration, promo, internet video, e-learning or training program, and more. Click on the podcast page to get information about where you can download and listen to past episodes. Listen again next Wednesday for a new episode of Screen Facts with Jason Davis.